Alright, I gotta cut my hair because I'm fucking Albert Einstein in this motherfucker. Mega mind. Damn. Look at this shit. Okay. But basically I wanted to talk about a little bit of my idea of depression. I think a lot of people, whenever I think about like depression, I feel like it kind of becomes, after an event, like a traumatic event, it becomes like a part of you, kind of, where like therapy and, you know, different types of therapy make you like change your perspective on something, but it's always like living with you. Anyways, as I was talking about, dude, this is like fucking the depression going away from my head, dude. This is literally like this, since it's been growing, is as if like since the start of like another wave of fucking depression, and then boom, now it's on to the new new life. Anyways, what I was gonna talk about is kind of like, I feel like people, most people react to when people are like depressed or shit. It's like the immediate response is like, yo, get professional help, which is of course like is a good advice, right? But like I feel like the person that's already like depressed, like they already think of that option, you know what I mean? And like if they're coming to you, that means that they want to talk and they want to have a conversation, rather than be like, yo, you need help. Like, yes, I know I need help, that's why I'm coming to you and I want to talk to you, you know? Like I feel like some people realize that like they just live with it, and they want to just have a conversation just to get rid of it for this one night, you know? There are nights where you're like, you're at the deepest of the darkest of the fucking trenches of depression, and it's like, bro, I just want to talk, and I just want to see what I want to get a second opinion on my mind, because of course the depression is like talking, not my actual mind, you know? From all that, look at this shit. Holy fuck. I thought I just like cut my ponytail or something. But this is just, dude, I realized that wearing a white shirt was the worst idea for this shit. So definitely have to go in the laundry, like, bro, ain't no way. When I like am suffering, and like obviously I would still want to choose, you know, to go to therapy at one point. But I kind of like, I feel like most people need to realize that like, yo, like when someone's depressed and like they're asking for help, like talking, like, and just like, you know, and they say that they're depressed, the first thing that you should be is like, what do they want? You know what I mean? What do they want? Of course, it's scary because it's you can't really realize what's talking in that person. Is it the depression that's talking, or is it the like what they want is the depression, or what they want is actually themselves? And you know, so of course they result to professional help. So you know, it's like the safer method, and it's just. But I feel like most people, sometimes what they need is just to talk. You know, they just need 20 minutes of your time, like, or like not even like 8 minutes of your time, and just like, yo, just hear me out. Like, yo, I just feel like shit right now. Like, let me talk about what I'm feeling right now, and it's just like, I don't know. That's my idea on it, but you know, I don't know if I speak for everyone on this. I feel like I'm an old man that's just losing hairs. I like keep grabbing, and it just, more hairs falling out. It's like I'm thinning. Anyways, I think it's like, it's so weird because like after an event, it's not periodically. It's, for me, it's not periodically. I mean, yeah, it occurs periodically because maybe like, you know, certain events trigger it again, or events like memory it reminds you, and then you get a little fucked up a little bit. But like, yeah, I think it's in periods, and this is exactly why it's so important to just be there for someone that has depression, because like, if you're, you know, therapy of course helps you also in that time period, and once they're like, feel that like they healed from that, then they leave the therapy session. But sometimes for me, I feel like it's just 8 minutes of someone's time, just like, you know, just telling them everything that I feel, and then I feel 10 times better by the end of it. And I feel like a lot of people actually just don't end up doing it, and like some people are very like thrown off about it and just like be like, you know, it's like they're shooing you off to be like, yo, just get professional help or something, you know? It's like, bro, at least pretend to care, like pretend to be there for me, you know? Like I feel like I need that the most right now, you know? It's like, you know, I don't know, for me that's just what I think of it. I don't know. I think the misconception people have with depression is like, yo, it's like people think it's like just you just get this cure or something, that like once you get this cure you're like finally good. Like no, anyone can have it at any time and like experience it, and then just, you know, they just need that support every now and then. It's like it's not like a fucking, you know, it's like it's like a cancer, bro. It's like a cancer cell that, like, you know, even though you get cured from cancer or something, you recover fully, you can still get cancer again. And you know, everyone has like this cancer that can just appear out of nowhere someday, but it's just how you deal with it. And you know, if your luck is there with you during that time, you know, if the people and the support are there, then you should be good, you know. I think a lot of people should realize that like mental health is not a very it's a very gray area. We're still very new to it in medical sense. So getting professional help, sometimes these people are not the most professional and they don't give the best advice. So sometimes the best medicine is the peers you have around you and talking to them instead. At least for me, in my personal opinion. Especially for me, when I think about therapy, and then, you know, it gets to not like like verbal therapy where you talk to someone and instead it gets to the medication and stuff. That's the scary part for me, because that's shit's still new, and you know, it helps a lot of people, which I'm glad about, but for me it's kind of scary because it's, you know, it's unreliable and we don't really know the long-term effects. So that in a sense is scary to me. So I would rather have an 8-minute conversation with someone, you know, and I feel like a lot of people should be open to that. Other than real people that you're interacting with, the surrounding environment affects you so much when you're in that environment, like in the environment of depression. Like, dude, when I was fucking depressed and shit, and Uber Eats was like the craziest shit for me, you know, like I couldn't get out of bed, and I couldn't, you know, muster the strength to fucking go out and you know, order food, or not even get out and order food for myself, but I had to order Uber Eats, you know. It's like I couldn't even get out of bed and like, yo, cook for myself, or like, and not even like instant ramen or anything. I would just order and order and order and grab food from the front door, and I just like kept eating and eating and eating. It got so disgusting in my room. That shit is like so, I feel like we need to pay attention to that also, like how dangerous marketing is and social media is to our brain when we're in that state of like depression, or in deep, you know, in deep shit. It's actually so like, it affected me so much. I can't imagine how it could affect so many other people, you know. Like there's kind of a weird line where, like, you know, there's media that like raises awareness about like depression and like how you feel on a certain subject, for example breakups or whatever, but there's some posts that are like really deepening like sadness, where it's like kind of, I feel like it kind of like encourages the behavior, and it kind of, you know, it kind of makes it so you're surrounded by that environment constantly. And I don't know, it's a deep line between like, you know, raising awareness and making people feel like they're not alone, to making it feel like it's okay to feel like that. And it's like, I don't know. It's a question for another day, I guess. This is the final product. It's pretty nice, pretty good, you know, just a little cleanup, and then the sideburns. Bam, bam, save myself 30 bucks, 40 bucks, 50 bucks. Hey, I would say it was complete success, even though if I had a buzz cut or not. So, see you guys in the next one.